Hi boys and girls, good morning and welcome to another Circle Time with Miss Rachel. I'm so happy that you're here this morning. It's a wonderful, beautiful morning and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's do our calendar. Today is Thursday, May 21st. Thursday, May 21st. Today is Thursday, all day long, all day long. Yesterday was Wednesday, yesterday was Wednesday, Wednesday's gone, Wednesday's gone. What day is gone? Wednesday. Wednesday is gone because Wednesday was yesterday, all right? Yesterday was Wednesday, and today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, all day long. And tomorrow will be Fun Friday, yes. Tomorrow will be Friday. All right, let's do our days of the week, ready? The days of the week, the days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Very good, friends. Now, do you remember our month song? Remember, you can stand up and stomp and clap, or you can pat your lap and clap like I like to do. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, and June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, and June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Very good, my friends. Very good. Let's do our weather chart and then we'll get into our book. So go ahead and take a look outside and find a window and look up at the sky and tell me what you see. Do you see clouds? No. Do you see thunderstorms and lightning? No. Do you see rain? Do you see snow? I don't see any of those things. Do you see a blue sky and some sun? That's what I see too. All right, so let's check off our sunny box on our weather chart. And now let's get started. So our next Franklin book is Franklin's New Friend. I cannot wait until we're back in school and we can all make new friends. I want all of you guys to be my new friends. I want you to make new friends with each other. I cannot wait. Okay, so this part of the book is the front cover. This is the back cover. This is the spine. The spine does what? It holds the book together, allows us to open and flip through the pages without the pages falling apart. Franklin's New Friend, that is the title by Paulette Burgos and Brenda Clark, and they are the authors, and the authors do what? They write the words to the story. Yes, the words to the story. And the person who draws the pictures, the person who drew the picture of Franklin and his new friend, that is the illustrator. Very good. Okay, let's see what adventure Franklin goes on today. All right. Franklin had always lived in the same house in the same town. He had grown up with his friends, and each one had a special place in Franklin's life. When Franklin wanted to play hide and seek, he called Fox. If Franklin needed a best friend, he called Bear. Franklin never thought about making friends until a new family moved in down the lane. Franklin Franklin was curious about the newcomers. He rubbed his eyes as the movers unloaded the furniture. The beds were made for giants, and the lamps were as tall as trees. When Franklin finally saw the family, he was speechless. That meant he had nothing to say. Why do you think he would be speechless? Franklin had never met a moose before. He had heard about moose. He had seen pictures of moose, but he had never actually known one. They were huge. Even the smallest moose was big. Franklin was so scared that he raced home. Does he need to be afraid of a moose? I don't think so. A moose family moved in. That's nice, said Franklin's mother. Maybe you'll make a new friend. Franklin shook his head. I don't think so. I expect you to be nice when you meet someone new, warned his mother. Franklin scowled. The next morning, there was a moose in Franklin's classroom. Please give a warm welcome to your new classmate, said Mr. Owl. Hello, Moose, said the class in unison. In unison means they all did it together. Moose mumbled hello and looked at his feet. He doesn't look very friendly, whispered Beaver. Is that a kind thing to say? You don't know somebody just by looking at them. You should talk to them first before you make comments about them. Mr. Owl told the class that Moose had come from a different place, far away. Franklin, said Mr. Owl, I'd like you to be a buddy for Moose. Franklin tried to smile, but he was scared. Moose was so big. But does big mean that he's scary or mean? No, he's just big. Moose didn't say a word all morning. At recess, Franklin ran outside with his friends, leaving Moose behind, but Mr. Owl reminded Franklin that he was Moose's buddy. Do you want to play? Asked Franklin. Moose shook his head back and forth. Franklin was relieved. Again, that's not very kind of Franklin. During recess, Moose stood alone as Franklin and his friends played soccer. Fox kicked the ball too hard and it flew into a tree. Now we'll have to get Mr. Owl, groaned Bear. I've got it, cried Moose. He knocked the ball out of the tree and sent it flying to Franklin. That was good, said Fox. I guess, shrugged Franklin. That was very kind of Moose to do, even though they were not being very kind to him. Interesting. Back in the classroom, Mr. Owl asked Franklin and Moose to make a poster for the bake sale. I don't need any help, said Franklin. Mr. Owl talked to Franklin alone. Try to imagine how Moose feels. He's new and he has no friends here. He's probably scared. Moose can't be scared, said Franklin. He's so big. Mr. Owl looked at Franklin. Big or little, we all get scared. Franklin thought about that for a minute. Franklin got the paints and the paper. Do you want to help me, Moose? Oh, yes, said Moose. I love to draw. They sat side by side and planned the poster together. Franklin realized that Moose didn't seem as big as he was when he was sitting. After much work, the poster was perfect. They both thought so. At library time, Franklin taught Moose how to borrow books. Moose showed Franklin how to cut a perfect circle. They both liked to build structures. Franklin and Moose had a lot in common. That means they had a lot of things about them that were the same. At lunch, Franklin made sure that Bear and his other friends got to know his new buddy. They liked Moose. Besides, he was a very good soccer player. When Franklin got home from school, he was happy. Guess what? He told his mother. I have a new friend. So you met Moose? Asked his mother. What's he like? Moose is big, said Franklin, but he's not mean or scary. Good, said his mother. Would you like to take some of these cookies to him? Oh, that's so kind. Oh my goodness, the cookies have little bugs on them. Because animals eat bugs. That's funny. Franklin went to Moose's house. They ate all the cookies together. I'm glad you were my buddy, said Moose. I was worried that nobody would play with me. Really? Said Franklin. He could barely remember being afraid of Moose. From then on, Franklin and Moose played together all the time. Now Franklin's new friend was a special friend. The end. What did we learn in this story today? What did Franklin learn in this story today? That just because somebody looks a little bit different than you and maybe a little bit different than your friends, maybe they're a little bit taller, or maybe their hair is a little bit longer, or maybe their eyes are a different color. It doesn't matter. What if they like to wear bright colors and you don't like to wear bright colors? Or whatever it might be. Just because they look different doesn't mean that they're mean or scary. It just means that they have a different style than you. Or that their body is different than your body, but that doesn't mean anything about them. And we should always try to be friends and to make people feel welcome and loved and wanted and important, just like you would want to feel loved and wanted and important. All right, my friends, you are all so loved and so wanted and so very important to me. And goodness gracious, I cannot wait to see you. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. All the love